It was the 24th of December at 11 at night. The airport was full of Christmas light. The kind of blink slowly as if they were breathing. There were family hugging tightly, little kids running around with Christmas hats, couple taking pictures in front of the giant tree, and me being far from home on a night like this. But with Honey, my service dog by my side. We were waiting for to call us to board and even thought it was Christmas Eve. I didn't feel alone. Just looking at Honey was enough to feel accompanied. He was sitting next to me, attentive, watching everything as he also understood it was a special night. While we were waiting, we listened to Christmas music, watching people walk by again and again with the suitcase full of gifts. Honey as always behaved well, so then he rests his head on my lap as if saying, "Everything is okay, I'm with you." After a while, they finally announced our flight. We walked to the boarding gate and moved to the sound of Rolly's suitcase and Mrs. Boyce. We entered a plane, the lights dimming, the murmurs fade, and suddenly midnight. Christmas surprised us in the air. Some people clapped softly out their heart. I looked at Honey's salt call as always and thought, how strange and how beautiful it is to spend Christmas like this. But how lucky I am to share with you. I patted his head and he closed his eyes as if he understood every word. When we landed in Cusco, the city welcomed us with a heavy downpour. It was raining heavily after the sky had decided to empty itself that very night, but Honey was prepared. Black boots, a great raincoat, and that look of I can't handle anything. We walked quickly to the hotel, dug in puddles, tried to sleep. I was tired, salt, cold, but Honey kept going strong, walking like a champion. As soon as we entered the room, we dropped off a backpack on the floor and collapsed on the bed. The next day, we had to acclimate. We climbed up La Rivalosa, that's a step up that feels like never ends. I was excited taking photos, recovering, breathing that cold Cusco air, but I noticed Honey acting strange. He walked slower, stopped more often, as if the air was weightless on him. When we got near Sacsayhuaman, I confirmed it. Honey had altitude sickness. Honestly, I didn't think the path would be so hard, since it's a route I always do on the first day to acclimate. We tried to get a taxi, but they were all full, so we have no choice. Walk back down, and going down in Cusco is almost as tiring going up. When we finally reached the bottom, its hours already numb and I was staring. And of course, after all that effort, what's better than KFC? I went and ordered a conazo. Fries in one side, nuggets in the other, drink in the center, all in one hand. And yes, an extra portion of nugget for Honey because he deserved it too. I don't know what is about Cusco KFC, but their fries and nuggets taste way better than in Lima. Maybe it's the cold, maybe it's the hunger, maybe it's the altitude, but the lunch brought us back to life. After resting a bit, it was time for a next adventure, the train to Aguascalientes. Before boarding, they told us Honey could enter. I took a deep breath, pulled out his document, and said, Honey is a service dog, and he even has his home seat purchase seat. The man looked at the paper, looked at me, looked at Honey, and said, Who I am to judge? And just like that, Honey took the seat like any other passenger. He sat down, looked out the window, and seemed more excited than me. When we arrived, the hotel staff was waiting with a giant sign with my name on it. He took us to the room and he saw 3 beds, one for my mom, one for me, and what else was clearly for Honey. He jumped on it happily, as if he knew it was his. He circled twice and lied down like saying, Yes, this is my bed. The next day, we met the guy. According to him, Honey didn't need a seat on the bus, but when we tried to enter, they told us he did. We have to buy him a ticket as if he were a person. We ran with the guy to the ticket office, left my family behind, and got his round trip ticket. We found out that Honey's price was the same as a child. Honey was again sitting next to me on the bus, looking out the window as if he understood everything. We arrived at the entrance of Machu Picchu. While my family went to the bathroom, I showed Honey's paper. The car hesitated, looked at me, looked at Honey, but the end let us in. We climbed stairs, saw nature, breathed that humid and cold air. Even though it was cloudy, we managed to take the iconic photo in front of the citadel. It was a dream come true. The guide took us at a secret spot, but right there some Asian tourists appeared with bottles of alcohol. For those who know, alcohol is prohibited in Machu Picchu. The guide, a man of rule, got very angry, and I, on the other hand, prefer to focus on Honey, take a picture of him and enjoy the moment. Sometimes it's better not to stress over things you can control. When we were already heading back, the unexpected happened. A group of llamas stared at us and started following us. First one, then two, and then three, and we realized that they are coming behind us. My family shouted, "Run, balloon, run!" But the guide told me, "Don't run, you'll make them anxious. One goes so close." I couldn't almost feel so breathe on me. I didn't know it was going to spit on us or push us, but before anything happened, the guy gave this gentle tap on his snout, and the llama took off. My heart was racing, and Honey was always has no idea what was happening. We finally left Machu Picchu, exhausted but happy, but the day wasn't over yet. He took the bus back to Aguascalientes. There was quiet, everyone tired, and Honey looked out the window at the road back. When we arrived, we looked for a restaurant with a river view to have a lunch, since we wanted a nice view. We found the restaurant and we ate there, warm, while Honey rested at my feet. After lunch, we had a mission, find Paddington. We knew he was in Aguascalientes and he wanted a picture with him, no matter what. We asked where he was, someone pointed us in a direction. He walked for a while, but something fell off. I asked someone else and they said, "You are the going wrong way." We laughed and turned around and followed the correct path. And just when we are about to ride, it started raining again, but this time it was strong when we arrived in Cusco, so we went quickly to where Paddington was to take the picture, and we managed to take it a little wet with messy hair, clothes stuffed to their bodies, and Honey shaking himself every 2 minutes, but we did it, and that photo even thought it was perfect, and ended up being my favorite from the trip. On that cool walk, it was already time to take the train back. We ran through the market to the train boarding area, and we arrived just in time, got on, and finally rest while the train moved between mountains and fogs. When we arrived at Cusco Plaza, it was already night, but we were so tired we didn't even talk. We just walked straight to the hotel, changed clothes, and fell asleep. I think that night we were asleep like robots. The next day, with a bit more energy, we decided to go to Kenko, this time by taxi, because Honey hadn't fully acclimated to walk. When we arrived, I let Honey walk freely for a bit. He was happy, sniffing everything, running between the stones, wagging his tail like crazy. But suddenly, it started raining again, so we put on the raincoat and boots and kept walking among the trees, enjoying the scenery. And we went less expected. 2 dogs appeared, but not normal dogs. They were big, furry, with unfriendly faces that looked like wolves. They stared at us with those huge yellow eyes. I got scared and I hid behind a tree with Honey, and when I looked again, where I had last seen them, they were gone. They had disappeared. We took a deep breath and looked at each other, like saying, "What just happened?" After that, we decided that was enough adventure for one trip. We went back to the hotel, rest for a while, and start packing. That's how our trip ended. Honey first trip to Cusco, full adventure, laugh, scare, rain, wet photos, drink, llama, wolf dove, and memories I will never forget. A trip that started on Christmas on a plane and ended with us among trees in Kenko. A trip that taught me that no matter where I am, as long as Honey is.